Good morning. How you guys doing? So I'm Dave, and going on my walk this morning, part of my journey out of my pity party that I was in for 5 years, and I like to take you guys along with me. And a lot of times I just chat about either what's going on with my diet and my exercise. Sometimes I talk about our slow travels plans that we want to do, and then talk about sometimes extra ways that we make money and to help us with our goals, things like that. Today, I want to talk to you guys about, trying to teach our children. I don't know if you have children or not, or if you're single, or maybe this will help you. It's helped me teach our children or teach ourselves fiscal responsibility, to educate ourselves on financing or finances, how to manage a budget, because I think we've gotten away from that. So ourselves, our parents didn't teach us that. We didn't talk about money in the house. If you did talk about money, it was like the chores you had to do to maybe earn a little bit of an allowance, or if you wanted to get a bike, you had to take on extra jobs. Like mowing the neighbor's lawn or shoveling snow and stuff. I don't know if they even still do that nowadays. So I think it's, as parents and as individuals, we need to take responsibility and learn these things. Now, I've been putting a conscious effort into learning this late in life. But by doing so, we are in a lot better shape than we were before as a family. And our goals of slow traveling the world when our daughter goes off to university are very doable now. I would like to be able to stay in the luxury hotels and do all these tours and things like that, to be almost like a slow travel vacation. Everybody would like that. But in reality, we have a budget in mind, and we want to enjoy the things that we want to do, but we're planning for that. So we're saving between 30 and 40% of our income. So that's really good. When you hear all these financial gurus and everything, they say, oh, you should save between 10 and maybe they might say 20%. Most of the time is like 10%. Well, that's not going to cut it, especially if you're older and you're starting a little bit late. They say, well, you're younger, you can be more aggressive in your investing, and save less, but save it consistently over time, and it'll grow. Well, I prefer to think you need to be more aggressive in your savings and invest that, and be kind of aggressive in your investments as well, and then balance that off with, like, as you get older, you put it in a mix of stuff, like they say, to diversify. And also, anytime you can invest, I'm leaning more towards like dividends, ETFs, things like that, that'll pay you additionally every quarter, or once a year, whenever the dividends pay out by that index fund or ETF fund. and things like that, or those dividend stocks. All right. So when I say when you need to budget and save a certain thing, a lot of people are saying, I can't. If I was to save, 30, 40%, let alone, 10% or 20%, I'd have no money to live. I couldn't even pay my rent. Well, okay, so think about it. Are you giving me an excuse, or are you just too, weak to do it? And it's only those because, yes, if all your money, I realize I live in Central Florida where the rents are crazy now. The prices of a home are we're being Californied. You know what I mean by the people from out west are moving here thinking the prices are cheap and driving up the prices for everybody because they're idiots. Ooh, was I too strong? Okay. All right. I won't do that. But I gotta tell you that if you're one of those people, those special people that say, I can't do this, or they look up an excuse, get rid of that mental victim mentality. You can do it. You guys don't give yourself enough credit. And it may sound like I think you're stupid or you're an idiot because you don't want to put in the effort. That's just me giving you tough love. Nobody wants to say the tough things anymore. So the G.I. Joe or the soldier in me is used to being fair but tough. Tough but fair, whatever the saying goes. Because, nobody else is doing it. They're like, oh, you poor thing. Yes, it's the government's fault. It's this fault. It's big pharma, big business. They're trying to keep you down. It's your wage slave. No. You are in control of your life if you want to. So when it comes to like budgeting and things like this, and if you want to do what they say, I think it's FIRE. Financial independence, retire early. And there's different levels of FIRE. You need to learn how to budget. So where's all your money going, right? Are you paying for all these streaming services you don't use? Have you signed up for something that you forgot about? Now, it catches me off guard too, every so often, these things, because I have XM radio in the car. Now, I don't mind it because I got it for $9.99 a month. For me, that's acceptable for the stations that when we're driving along that we can use in the car. It's better than paying for just Pandora or Spotify or something like that. So I do that. But the sneaky little bastards, what they do is they do it for a year and then it goes up to things. Now this is on me because again, I'm taking responsibility. I forgot to put an alarm in my phone, and you can do that nowadays. So when you take advantage of these introductory offers, you can put an alarm in the day before it ends, and you go in and cancel it. Sometimes you can cancel it a few days before, and it'll carry out to the end. But you need to do that. So I forgot to do that. So I was paying about 3 months or so until I noticed it on my savings. It might have been longer. I think it might have been 6 months now that I think about it. At $29.99 a month, the little buggers. So I called them up and I threatened to cancel, and they reduced it back down to $9.99 for a year. Well, this time I put it in my phone. I'm taking responsibility. Because why am I going to pay an extra $20 for the same service? It doesn't make sense. So these are the things that you, if you want to, have the money to live a good life and you want to improve your current life, these are little things like this is what you need to do. I'm not talking about, stopping, cutting out your pumpkin spice latte for $7, unless you're doing those every single day. That's ridiculous. But it's not that. It's a mixture. Is finding out, making sure where your money is going, stopping those leaks of money that tend to go there. Look at where you're spending. Are you eating out at these fast food junk places all the time? Are you eating out at restaurants all the time? Do you need to do that? Well, you don't need to do it. You enjoy it, but is it good for your health and also good for your wallet? When you could take, especially now when, like for us, we're lucky if when we go out to a sit-down restaurant, if it's under $100 now. And that's just crazy for the three of us. So we don't do that a lot. And we are conscious on that. I don't drink beer. I used to get a beer with my meal. I don't do that anymore. Plus, it's part of my Hard 75 program that I'm doing. I don't drink. I haven't drank anything since January. Not because it was a problem. It's just it doesn't fit with my current goals. And so, same thing with the budgeting. Oh, and by the way, can you hit that like and subscribe and comment button? What do you guys do to save more on your budget? Now, the other thing, besides this budgeting so that you can actually save, and by saving I mean investing some way or another, or you're saving it in high interest accounts. A lot of these online accounts that you can do, they're insured, where you're getting like 4% or better. I have those. I have my regular account that gets like 0%, 0.1, 0.1% or whatever, but my money doesn't stay in there long. It goes right out to the other accounts. I also use my whole life accounts as not an investment. They do pay dividends, and they do earn interest. So I look at it as more as just another way, as a supercharged savings account. And then we have those, and then we have our investment accounts, and they go up and down. That's money I don't really worry about. It's just slotted for the next 10 to 15 years of use there. We're growing it now. Everything we're doing is on a 5-year plan now, because it's going to be, it's 4.5 years now before we have to initiate a lot of our phase 2 of this plan, when we start going on into our slow travel days, and we're just traveling. Believe it or not, our expenses are going to drop when we start slow traveling, because we're not renting this big old house here, and it's not big. It's 3 bedrooms. It's like 1,200 square feet. But compared to what we were paying before to now, it's just amazing. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, and see how you guys are budgeting. I'm going to go into a next thing of about building your skill sets in a part 2 of this. All right, and again, thank you so much for your comments, and God bless.